Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing today? I did a TikTok video a few days ago and it went pretty viral about the Nolan Wells situation. I did a video about the Carmelo Anthony situation, and I did a video about the Godfrey situation. All three of these videos have gotten the most views that I've gotten combined in the last 3 days than I have with all the other videos combined. That lets me know that the topic that I'm talking about today is not only necessary, not only needed, but it's an inspirational and really tragic topic that garners a lot of viewership and garners a lot of attention because this is such a hot pressing issue. Um, I think I'm going to start first with the main thing that everybody's been talking about, which is Nolan Wells. So Nolan Wells was a young man, I believe 18 years old, 17, 18 years old. He went on a trip with his friends. I'm going to use that in quotations. You'll see a lot of quotations today. And when he went with his friends, being the black friend, he ended up getting got. Let me give a lesson to the black kids, the youth. Y'all better chill out with all that intersectional and of this era. Not even just the youth. Disease are a manifestation of what this era represents, basically. Because I see all generations doing it. All generations are bed lynching or bed bucking or trying to have a quote unquote ally, multiracial ally, whether it be white, Asian, Hispanic, East Indian, $5 Indian, Hispanic, Arabic, it don't matter. All of these other groups, especially the white groups, are not your friends for real. Yeah, y'all could be cool. Y'all could be cool. Y'all could like sports and this and that. But at the end of the day, them people will set your ass up when it comes time to. Same thing with your white boyfriend and white girlfriend, dudes, and especially the women right now, since they're turning anything you can do, I can do better. The bed buckery of the dudes from the past 50 years and putting that bitch into hyperdrive right now. The better wintry in the last 15 years is the highest it's ever been in about 100 years combined. Prior to that standpoint, it's out of control. It is out of control. It is insane. It's so much better wintry around. It's like, wow, dude. Like, wow. And it's coming on the heels of the time when we need to be the most on code. In the last 15 years, we've seen Trayvon, Mike Brown, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, the woman who was pregnant. So at the time when white supremacy and other groups were killing us and then protecting those who were killing us, the solution by our women has been to further assimilate. Hell, they're raising the kids. And I'm not just going to harp on the women. It's not just the women. It's the dudes too. But since they're number one when it comes to wanting to be in the bed buckery, since they're doing anything I can do, y'all can do better, I'm going to focus on them first. Then I'm going to get to the dudes who have been historically doing it, like the O.J. Simpsons and all that bullshit. But remember, as a percentage, only less than 10% of black men who choose to get marry outside their race. Less than 10%. 89% of black men who get married marry black women. So, but now let's go back. So the women have chosen to assimilate themselves with the power structure in the most critical time of all time right now. In the time period where we should be the most on code, in the time period where we should be standing up collectively, they are assimilating and going along with the okie doke more than ever. And that's a fact, man. That's a fact. There's reasons for it. And it's not just the women. It's not just the women. We ain't finna just be like, I'm not on no red pill bullshit. I'm not finna pretend. I'm giving critical analysis so that we can correct the problem. This isn't me just, you black women, fuck all that. I got a queen. My mom's black. My lady's black. My sisters are black. My aunties, all, you know what I'm saying? So I have a black, I have a black friend. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But the most critical point of everything right now is how are we going to not only stop what's going on right now, how are we going to have the self-esteem and the wherewithal to be able to do what we need to do and do it collectively together like we have done historically. So why is this happening right now? Why is this happening right now? Fear, number one, on both sides. The dudes are scared, the dudes are scared, the women are scared. That's number one. We just gotta be honest. They're scared. That's why they're assimilating towards whiteness. It's fear. They think that number one, they hate themselves. That's number one. Because if you didn't hate yourself, you wouldn't look for validation from another group. That's number one. Don't do the whole love is blind. No. Love is a product of what you value and what you take pride in and what you see as a representation of what you want to align yourself with. And they want to align themselves with the very people that are causing the hatred, the self-hating, the destruction, the fear. That's number one. Then what else is going on as well? You have hyper brainwashing on a scale that has never been seen before, from social media to the news to television to in your textbooks. If you just look at if you don't have knowledge yourself, which is the majority of our people, men and women, you will be subject to ingest the poison of your oppressor. And that's what's going on right now. And the poison says black is bad, white and everything else but black is better. And you see that in the choices. Hell, you even see it in the choice of not even wanting to identify yourself as who you were identifiably born as. Black man dating a black woman dating a black man. Instead, you see yourself trying to even get out of even being a man, get out of even being a woman. That's why you see so much other outside cultural, other intersectionalities. That's just what it is. We just gotta be honest. And it's no shade on nobody. This is just critical analysis so we can get out of what the problem is, which is white supremacy. All of this is just a manifestation and a continuation of white supremacy. Whether it be your multiculturalism, your interracial dating, your LGBTPZ manifestations and all of that, and dating and all of that, or classism, feminism, the whole nine. But let's bring it back home to the real game, which is Nolan Wells. What is going on with that situation? Why is this happening? Why do we continuously see this setup game basically being done? Why is this always happening? Why is this a continued thing that goes on? It's because, like I said before, lack of knowledge of self. So, and lack of knowledge of the enemy. Your friends are not your friends. These people hate your fucking guts. Kendrick Johnson, all of these examples of you being a black friend and all of this, or these people being cool with you, the boy who drunk piss, all of this is an example of you lacking knowledge of yourself and you not fighting for yourself. If you fought for yourself, you'll be like, you know what? I'm going to uncover my blackness. Parents, I'm going to teach my kid to value blackness. I'm going to teach my kid to value what I am, who I am, what I am, which is God. I'm a God. I am God. We start there. If you started there, you will not see yourself as what the enemy has seen you as. The enemy is going to see you as something less than because he's less than. That's really what it comes down to. If you really study your enemy, if you really study white supremacy only exists because the white man and woman have a inherent inferiority. Their genetics are inferior. That's where it comes from. Because they know as soon as Jamal fucks Becky, which I don't condone, that's gonna give you another Jamal. And then if Jamal antecedent Jamal Jr. gets with who his daddy's people are, a black queen, Jemiah, then boom, that reinforces the melanin again, which is already there. It just re-enhances it. So there you go. The problem is you're seeing the opposite in effect. You have the self-hate come in on the side of the black folks. There's self-hate on the side of the white folks, but it gets superimposed and projected out. So then they don't have they're able to push it out to them even though it's still there. The white society is able to push it out to other groups even though it's there in their own group. So just watch Dateline if you think I'm lying. Watch Dateline. You see all type of shit in beautiful neighborhoods. So it's not even economic. It's something internal with them. When it comes, that's why you see all their insane crimes in such affluent areas. Do you not see Epstein and the boys? They're billionaires running the world, and they're doing the most dastardly criminal things known to man. That's because it's something in them, something in their mind, in their soul, or that's absent. And what I like to use is evil. That's what it is. When it comes to our thing is an outside force imposed on us. So economic deprivation. If economics gets cured, crime goes down in our community. That's happened historically. The only crime that will happen then is from the outside by society and other groups attacking inside us. But what they've done, what they've learned to do since we had such high self-esteem in the 60s, that's how we were able to fight back and all of that. They were able to attack us from inside. They were able to tell us, because now we're in their schools, now we disseminate their information, that we're less than, that we don't matter, that our history is nothing, that we're just sidekicks on the ride, that you were just slaves, you were just America's burden, the white man's burden. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, we were gods all along. Our history is greatness. We're the rightful rulers of the planet. We did not have to steal nothing to get it. It was already ours. It already belongs to us. It's our birthright. But now let me bring it all the way back. The black friend thing needs to end, man. This shit is causing death, literally, in our communities. You see what happened, man? We know those friends did that shit. Friends, I'm gonna record it again. Friends, those white friends, those white enemies did that shit. We know they set that nigga up, just like they set Carmelo Anthony up, just like they set up. From what I heard, James Bird, he knew one of them. From what I heard, who else? So many, bro, so many. And all these different dates, all these black women who go on these dates, or all these black women who go out the country with these white dudes and get killed. Your boyfriend, your husband, your lover. These people don't love you. They want to kill you. You are a pawn. You're an object to them. And once they're done and their usefulness is done, or once they feel jealous enough or hate you enough, or once they feel like they've got you enough to where you feel comfortable, but you don't see them as who they are, the enemy, the devil, then they stick that knife, just like Dracula. What Dracula do? Dracula was smooth. He's fly as fuck. Welcome to my castle. He coming with that castle shit on your ass. Yeah. Then night, Dracula, I'm still this for Tariq. Then he hit you with he pour you with that expensive bottle. You see the castle, so your guard is down. Oh, she got money. He must be good. Wink, wink. And then once he get that. Then once he's lured you in where you are your most trusting, that's when he strikes. He don't strike when you still on your guard and you just getting to know him. He strikes when your defenses are down. And that's exactly what white supremacy does. When your defenses are down, that's when he strikes. When you're the black friend, that's when they ass strike. When you're the bed wench, that's when they ass strike. When you're the bed bug, that's when they ass strike. When you're in their communities, that's when they ass strike. When you're in their jobs, that's when they ass strike. When your ass is guarded when your guards are down. But when your ass strong like that fist, when you part of the nation or something, back in the day, not now, not the co-op shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you part of something black, strong, as Malcolm said, coffee, they only striking. They spooked as fuck. Like during the uprising, when we was on our uprising shit, what they was doing. What did they do first? They made sure to join those protests. That's the first thing they did. That was not an accident. They then weakened the protests, and then what ended up happening? Then they started shooting and attacking. Then Kyle Rittenhouse and them came. Remember, they didn't do that at first because we was all black and strong. When we was black and strong and the riders was out there and they was turning up in Minnesota and all that, they didn't attack first. But then once the protests came in and it was all integrated and weakened, and they had the cream and the sugar, as Malcolm said, then they attacked. They attack once the defenses are down. They know who they are to us. We don't know who we are to ourselves, gods. And we don't know who we are to everybody else, the devil. Everybody else is the devil to us. We are gods to ourselves. Black men are gods to ourselves. Black men, the other black men, God. Black women, the black women, goddess. Black women, the black men, God to goddess to God. That's who we are to ourselves. But we see the opposite. The enemy has portrayed an image in our mind, in our psyche, in our emotions, in our soul, in our spirit, to see ourselves as the enemy. To hate ourselves, to hate black women to hate black men to hate other black men, black women to hate other black women. And that vicious cycle then leads to the divide and conquer tactic, which has worked historically to keep us in this condition right now. Am I lying on that? If I was lying on that, what's the number one song out right now? Boosting bitches, where y'all at? Give me that money fast, but where that, spin that shit. Scamming niggas, where y'all at? Basically, self-imposing the criminal stamp on us. In the most heated time period right now, when we're trying to seek justice for black men and women specifically right now, but black men specifically, the boys specifically, who the music is targeting, by the way. The Karrueche, Young Miami, all her music is meant to target the youth, because the adults ain't listening to that shit. Like, what the fuck is this whack ass shit? The adults who have sense. Let me not even say that. The people who have knowledge itself aren't listening to it, because the adults aren't listening to it. Let me not sugarcoat that shit. Yeah, they're on code. They are brainwashed just as much as the jits. That's why the jits acting like that, because they are following their adults, their parents, and other people in the community who are all on code with the shit. And that's real, bro. It's real. That's why there are so many people so angry 2 years ago when we were trying to slay the dragon with Drake. Because we were trying to elevate the consciousness. We were trying to elevate the black community. Make sure that we're high, seen as gods. But so many people don't see themselves as that. Drake represents that low vibrational energy. You see what the fuck he raps about? And there's nothing empowering ever about Drake's shit. And Drake's music is a pro-agenda. Pro in what is going on right now to keep us poisoned and in that self-hating consciousness and state of mind. That's real. That's real. And that goes for why it was so easy for Karmelo to not get justice. Why it was so easy for Nolan Wells to get killed. And for right now, what I'm seeing live, the fucking family talk about this ain't about race. Give me a bag, basically, for Ben Crump and myself. This is... If we just saw this 8 years ago with both them, John, you know what I'm saying, bro? This is what I said. I said this 6 years ago. I knew this would happen. 6 years ago, at the height of the uprising, when we was turning the fuck up, the enemy, the empire, they struck back. They was like, oh, are these niggas real? Or is this just a fad? Let's test this shit out. Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, let's go. Will Smith, Jada, let's go. They used their celebrity pawns to reprogram the agenda, to recreate the divide and conquer. Then they brought back the sports, NFL, NBA. Come on, hurry up. Come on, NBA. Y'all, hey, we're talking about the NBA. Right? Then what did they do? Oh, okay, yeah, we got since the girls was on the bullshit, and then guess what they put out at the height of a Breonna Taylor getting killed, at the height of George Floyd, at the height of a Jacob Blake getting shot, at the height of Ahmaud Arbery getting chased down and hunted and basically lynched. What did they do? What it was the number one song that came out in 2020? Fucking WAP. So what did that do? That got everybody. That got the women back on the plantation. And then what did they do? Hold on. We ain't done. We got something new for y'all niggas. Kevin Samuels, come out. Let's go. Take off that cheerleading outfit. Come on, put that suit on. Boom. Boom. There you go. What we saying? Since that moment right now, it has been a devolving of the energy that was shown, the unity, the togetherness, the on-coldness that was shown 6 years ago has devolved. That's why a motherfucker like the kids could get got like that. The kids 6 years ago was only 12, 10. The response has been horrible by the community collectively. By the elders, by the parents, by the youth, and by everybody in between, and it includes myself. We have not had a strong response. We're making fucking videos. Like me, I'm giving myself. I'm not above the blame. I'm not finna pretend like, oh shit, man, I'm doing everything right. I'm like on the cutting edge of everything. I'm not. There's so much more that can and should have been done already. Number one, we should already have a black army to make sure that none of this shit happens. We should already have, and black army just doesn't mean the physical military force. It also means a black army of lawyers, black army of judges, a black army of economic people to put their money together, black army of protesters, media activists, all already on standby because we know this shit gonna happen again and again because the problem has not been resolved. Because we haven't defeated white supremacy and we haven't taken over the planet that already belonged to us originally and was stolen. Until that happens, you'll never have the order that we want. That's why this shit can happen, man. And I feel bad for that young man who got killed. But this is a lesson to the Z's. Let me go back to y'all. I already done got on your parents. I got on your whack at the elders who ain't about shit, who ain't never been about shit, who wanna fucking do shit. You know what I'm saying? Wanna watch verses during the uprising, wanna be on bullshit when things was getting real. Shit, we got a fish fry for you. We got a rap. What you gonna be doing? Selling tickets? What did Pac say in that interview with Colin Muhammad? What you gonna be doing? Doing protesting, marching? Not even doing that, bro. That's what I'm saying. And that's real. That's real. That's real. That's real, for real. That's real. I just gotta be honest, that's real. It's depressing. They haven't done enough. They haven't organized for real. They're not serious. You know how I know they're not serious? Because I can go out right now, and that's not the topic of conversation out right now. Topic of conversation is bullshit. It's fantasy shit. It's things to get away from shit. And is life hard? I guess, yes. But life ain't hard, bro. It's what you make it. Is there tough moments? Yeah. But that life ain't hard. It's what you make of it. It's what your mindset says it is. It's always feedback, as my boy Mark Hartman says. It's never negative. It's always a feedback. Life is happening for me, not to me. And so with that mentality, you change the game. You change the entire consciousness. You change the entire frequency, the vibration. You elevate the whole stratagem. And that's what we on right now. That's the wave that we need to get to. We need to get back to the 2020 uprising unification energy and collect it, and then we need to elevate the frequency and maintain that high frequency as the normal state of consciousness, not only for ourselves, but throughout the entire world. And those that don't stay on that vibration are already eliminated and gone to another dimension, as it always happens, or are transmuted in another form as on our level later on, which is because energy never dies, energy never destroys, just change. And so that's That's where we need to get to. That's where we're at right now. Let me put that out there right now. That's where we're at right now. Me making this video tells me that's where we're at right now. And so the goal right now is to change the game. That's the goal. Change the game, make it so that this never happens again. And them 3 kids are guilty, man. I don't give a fuck what type of lawyer and fuck shit they got going on. Them 3 kids are guilty. I don't give a fuck what the fucking family says. Family, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, there needs to be a law that is put in place that says, yo punk asses cannot go seek no fucking money before justice is served, assholes, and y'all need to be charged for obstructing justice. That young man needs justice. Them motherfuckers need to be sentenced to life in prison, not given no fucking hugs. Like what happened with Botham John and his little bitch ass family, that punk ass brother, the whack ass mama, and all that little stank ass family. That was pathetic. That was horrible. That was horrible. We don't need a reenactment for the Z generation because they were too young back then to really see what was going on. I'm cool. We don't need a reenactment, bro. Or they was too busy in their own la la land in high school and shit, so it didn't matter. So no. Or they were super young, so they don't remember any of that. No, man, no. We don't need another repeat of that. We need justice for those 3 white boys who was on court, and anybody else who was on court, because I know the parents was probably helping to cover that shit up. The white parents were helping to cover that shit up too. Probably telling them what to do. You know they stupid. Yeah, man, make sure you, Johnny, grab the phone, man. Make sure you have the phone on you. And then and we're gonna put it in the safe spot. They just couldn't get rid of the phone quick enough. So, man, no. So that's Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Shame on that family, punk ass parents and all that, for trying to get blood money for the death of your kid. What's next? Carmelo Anthony. So here's a young man that we don't need to rehash this, but we're gonna just redo it again for those, because I haven't done a YouTube video on this. It's on my Instagram though. But young man defending himself against 4 neo-Nazi lynch mob Klansmen. Yeah, I said it, them youth Klansmen. And what ended up happening? He defended himself, and in subsequent defense, somebody ended up dying. Okay, that's the nature of the business. You keep your fucking hands to yourself. The young man said to leave me alone. You leave him the fuck alone. What the fuck? Would y'all justify that if that was a woman, if that was a white woman, and she said to leave me alone, and so happens when they attacked her, she shoots them? Would she be going to jail, or would they be doing murals of the white woman? Oh my God, little Amy was so brave. 4 Negroes came in like a pack of fucking wild hyenas and cannibals and attacked little Amy. That's what the fuck they'll be talking about. Straight up and down. That's how the fuck they'll be saying that shit. That bitch will have statues everywhere. She'll be a national hero. Trump will give that hoe the Medal of Honor, and that was a white girl. So we not finna pretend that different gender and race don't play no factor. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. He told him to leave me the fuck alone, and the little bully Austin Metcalf with his little pedo ass family attacked him. Straight up and down. That's exactly what happened. Then they continuously, after the fact, obstructed justice the whole time, coming after the family after the fact. Then the fucking white supremacist brigade decided to lie and talk about the GoFundMe money was for them to buy rims and bling bling, nigga, and go splurge it out, which is shit that y'all would do. That's just a projection of what y'all would do, and just lies. So the whole time this was a kangaroo court with a media circus meant and exclusively designed to make sure that young honor student track star was put to justice, put to not receive justice, injustice, basically, which is what was done. Sentenced to 35 years, basically in a all-white Southern 1950s, 60s type jewelry of back in the day. Remember, guys, time is not linear. Time is cyclical. So if we do not change our frequency and elevate the consciousness by taking over then the same shit that happened back then will continue because it's a loop. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. Now, you can always break a cycle and then get into a higher vibrational cycle, but it's a cycle nonetheless. It's cyclical. And so this is why the young man got taken down. It was not enough riders and pressure put on that to, number one, get that judge, hey bro, you can't rule on this. Make sure that all the evidence was put in. Make sure that that video was sent media wide. Why the fuck is the video being held? What the hell? If y'all can put his face and have him clean up his face and then have him look way older and CGI and then make Austin Metcalf look way younger and just do the whole white supremacy one-on-one brigade game, the technology game. If they can do that, then all aspects of justice need to be put out, including the video, because the video would have shown, since this is a court of public opinion, that this guy was innocent and all charges needed to be dropped. There shouldn't even, like I said before, been a fucking trial. This was stand your ground, self-defense. In the most self-defense, stand your ground state ever, Texas. Them motherfuckers be walking around with a fucking machine gun. Yeah, we don't start, bitch. We can have our own nation. That's how they walk around that bitch. Yeah, we're as big as fucking Lithuania. That's how the fuck Texas walks around, basically. They walk around with fucking sawed-off shotguns and shit, like it's fucking going to get their grandma some fucking cigarettes and some 2% whole milk and shit. That's how they walk around in Texas. So don't give me that bullshit. And what we found out later, what I already knew, was that fucking knife was not even a knife. It was a cleat sharpener, which you use to sharpen your cleats because you're a star athlete. The white boys and the white supremacists was like, why are you carrying a knife around? Number one, Texas is Mr. Weapon on you and right to bear arms. These are all the same Second Amendment conservative motherfuckers who saying this fuck shit. But we're gonna move from there. We're gonna move off that. You're not gonna take my. This is the whole Alex Jones said. You're not gonna take my guns. That's all them. Now they switching around. Why do you walk around with a weapon? Now they switching the game. But whatever. Technology 101. But not even that. We can go to the truth of why he even had the weapon in the first place. Why he had the tool in the first place. The tool used to improve his skills on the athletic arena, the track field. See, most of y'all white boys ain't even on that because y'all trash and they probably gave y'all third-rate cleats and shit, but this was a track star who was balling. And Austin Metcalf got kicked off the team, number one, because he wasn't good, and number two, because he was a disruption. He was a disciplinary problem. He was a problem child. So this ain't no innocent angel. So we can go, since y'all want to go line by line, we can take it line by line with him. And so when we put that all together, what ends up happening? It shows you that, my bad, I was looking at something there. So when we put that all together, it shows that this young man was innocent. Charges needed to be dropped. Austin Metcalf and them four needed to actually be charged. Yeah, them motherfuckers needed to be charged for a lynch mob, for trying to and they distracted the coach who would have stopped that whole thing from happening. So this was a blatant terroristic assault on a young athlete who they were jealous of because they weren't like them. And the man got 35 years for that. That's bullshit. So now we're gonna go to the next aspect of the whole thing. Now they're seeking a new trial. Yeah, cool. They got that judge away. But I'm tired of seeing Ben Crump everywhere. Get Ben Crump away, bruh. Get a legitimate lawyer who is actually fighting for justice, not a house Negro meant on reducing energy and getting blood money. That we don't need that. A little thirsty dirtbag who don't give a fuck about nothing but a dollar amount and dissipating the authentic justice energy. That's all he's meant to do for his paymasters. So, and now we're gonna do the final point. Final thing I wanted to talk about was Godfrey. My boy, was it Certified Salute Black Alpha? That's the name, Black Alpha. Certified Salute calls him Godfrey. That's funny. So this guy He's been around for a long time. He's almost 60 years old. That's number one, brother. You should be somewhere teaching or something, being like a professor or something. Not trying to get clout and shit because your career really never took off the way you wanted it to. That's number one. Your most famous role was you being a hating ass African, hating on Snoop Dogg, the FBA brother, for flying the plane on Soul Plane. So that's number one. Let's start with that. So we can start with that. So he played an African. He played himself, and in Soul Plane he was hating on the FBA brother. Why do we do that? It's just a movie. It wasn't just a movie. That was the attitude that these non-FBAs, Africans and Caribbeans, and other melanated folks who are FBA, Foundational Black American, that go look that up, what that means. That go on the website, Foundational Black American website, to go look up the meaning of what that means. That basically, in a nutshell, means that we were the foundation that built America. We're the rightful rulers of the planet, of this nation, aka the planet, since America runs the planet. But I digress. So, and that's why we deserve reparations and then some. So back to what I was saying. So he's playing himself. He's a hater. Them Africans been hating for a long time. That's why they always had words. You don't have an entire word that an entire group of people use to derogatorily attack another group of people unless you always had that evil hatred, jealousy for a long time. We can go back to the movie Sugar Hill with Wesley Snipes and a dude who played in Money Talks. They were in the movie together. And there's a famous scene of them trying to do a deal with some Africans. And they was like, no, Romelo, we can't work with the Kada. We can't work with the Kada. Cotton picker, Black American, talking just reckless. And that's the same talk. This is a movie 30 plus years ago. That motherfucking non-FBA pussy ass Daniel, whatever the fuck his name, and Geoffrey agreeing with him, said the same shit on their on Godfrey's little punk ass podcast, saying the Nigerian, the Southern FBA accent is nothing but the Nigerian accent slowed down, put with slavery in it, and put it with subservitude in it. What the fuck? It was like, yeah, bro. Mind you, these niggas play our roles all the fucking time. You can't, yo punk ass, nobody want to go see one of your movies. What your movie gonna be about? African? About how you busted wide open to get a green card, pussy? There's no honor in that. Nobody wants to see a movie based upon you defecating on yourself. Some shithole movie. Nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody want to see that shit. And notice, when Trump called your shit a shithole, y'all boys didn't turn up. We turned up. The Black Americans turned up because we knew that meant all of us back then. Now we've been delineated and we know better. That means y'all. And I know we know that you're talking about us, but that's y'all. Because y'all are on that type of shit. Y'all don't want to elevate. Y'all just want to bust it wide open and get some Red Cross rights, basically. And so you had the nerve to talk shit. Talk down. And your punk ass played in Red Tails, which is a Tuskegee movie in the South about the Tuskegee Airmen who helped to win World War II and fight the Nazi Luftwaffe, who were undefeated with their little blitzkrieg shit, was sliding everybody in World War II. And the Black Americans tightened their ass the fuck up. And the Black Americans liberated a lot of those concentration camps in the heart of Nazi Germany and other concentrated camp areas. And we're not gonna pretend like you ain't your claim to fame isn't playing FBA roles. And do I even want to forget the head movie that you played in, Selma? You played our FBA brother Martin Luther King. How dare you, dude? How fucking dare you open your fucking mouth? I don't want to hear no fucking apology. Motherfucking apology, dirtbag. You played Martin Luther King and had the nerve to talk about the Southern accent is subservient and slavery slowed down, and then you get the Nigerian accent sped up and free. I'm laughing to just keep from just exploding because it's crazy. I'm like, and Yo Claim to Flame, that's your two biggest movies, by the way. Red Tails and Selma are your two biggest movies. Nobody gives a. You was a sidebar in Jack Reacher. We remember Tom Cruise. We don't remember your punk dirtbag ass. You was playing a traitor in that movie anyway. And Gringo. Nobody. That's not even. You talk to 9 out of 10 people. They don't even know what the fuck that movie is. I've seen it, but that shit was underwhelming, dude. So all your roles, and then even in those roles, you're not putting on no, I am Nigerian. You ain't putting on no Nigerian accent. They don't want you to put on a Nigerian accent. Who are you playing to be in those roles? You're playing a black American. You're playing a foundational black American man. You're playing a black American man who was stranded in, Mexico or some sort of Hispanic enclave or territory. That's what you played in Gringo. And then in Jack Reacher, you played a FBI officer who was a black American, not a Nigerian FBI officer. So boom, bam, bam. And so we always knew, and now we're knowing even further that y'all punk asses been had contempt. So fuck you, Daniel. Fuck your apology. That shit don't mean shit to me. I hope your ass don't ever get no fucking movies ever again, dude. You don't deserve no black American movies. Nothing, bro. Nothing. I don't want to hear no apology. Fuck all that, dude. Them roles need to go to black Americans. Them FBA roles need to go to FBA men and women. Straight up and down. We got a lot of young talented actors and actresses, producers, directors, and them shits need to go to them. And hell, we need to create and manifest and bring in and align our own movies and set up our own game, because we don't need to have whitey taking over our shit and exploiting our shit and making movies and shit that denigrates and makes us look so stereotypical and decadent. Anyways, we need to have our own God image and portray that onto the big screen ourselves. Which is why I'm so thankful for the Hidden Color series and Tariq for doing stuff like that. But we need to do that in movie format, dramatization movies as well, not just documentaries, but in feature-length films that we go to see every summer, or every spring, or whenever, every Christmas, or Thanksgiving. Straight up and down, man. And we need to run that shit from top to bottom, like a movie like we did with Sinners, to the most part. Even though we know that probably has some outside backing. That's why they threw in some agendas in there. But for the most part, it was pretty much on code. So, and you saw how successful that was. FBA film, and went through the roof. It was breaking records to the point where the Hollywood folks was hating on it so hard. And then another FBA movie, the Michael Jackson movie, was so successful that they was hating on it so hard. Netflix tried to do Surviving Michael Jackson and try to denigrate and put the poison out. Look how he goes back. When we show ourselves, we're showing ourselves as gods. What does Sinners show ourselves as? Gods. We fought off against the devil vampires and the devil Klansmen, and we're successful and free. What did they start doing? Sinners sucks. Sinners isn't that good. They started throwing in poison. Then next year, what happens? We have a Michael Jackson movie that's breaking fucking records. 2 billion strong worldwide. A whole generation now is in love. A whole new generation now that was used to trash ass music of low vibrational filth now has a high vibrational person to align themselves with and look up to and be like and inspire to be like and put out a new genre, a new era of music. What the enemy do? Surviving Michael Jackson, look, the pedo, look. Meanwhile, the motherfuckers trying to make Michael Jackson have a pedo history, which is not true at all, are the pedophile runners. Come on, man. What we talking about here? The Epstein crew. That's who's putting out all these little fucked up documentaries and Surviving Michael Jackson and all that bullshit. And those are the paymasters behind this shit. Those are the people in the media pushing the anti-Michael Jackson shit. Those are the people putting the anti-Michael Jackson family. That's why they try to go after Jermaine with that bullshit, fake ass civil suit nonsense. That agenda bullshit that they threw out there to try to denigrate and throw a asterisk, put poison again on the God energy that we were showing. Boom. That just it goes full circle. No matter what we talk about, it just goes right back. Cyclical, remember? So so I was just trying to sound like my boy Mark Hartman. Shout out to you, man. You've really helped a lot, man. I ain't finna lie. I encourage everybody, if y'all on that vibration, go ahead and watch Mark Hartman. Go ahead and watch that. If y'all get to that. So, but I digress. Let me bring it back. So back to what I was talking about with Godfrey. God flee is more like it. This little fucking dirtbag, this motherfucker co-signed some vile FBA shit, hating, and then this nigga was yelling at the black woman. I always stand for black women. He sounded just like a white liberal oppressor, bro. Sounding just like Colonizer Jr. basically. Sounding just like your paymasters. Sounding just like your Democratic masters. Sounding just like your ruling class backers, basically. That's what Godfrey was acting like. A melanated mongrel, a dark-skinned cracker is what I like to call it. Is what the fuck he was acting like on them podcasts, talking to them that black woman like that, talking to and that dude that he claims FBA. That nigga ain't FBA. That nigga is a intersectional op. I bet he's Jamaican or some shit. And then all that shit he was co-signing with that Daniel actor dude, talking about, and now we free, and facts, and FBA, that nonsense. He shoot it away. Just being real vile, real stank. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, dude. Straight up. We don't care about no apology, bruh. It's up. It's up. Just put it like that. It's up, dude. It's up all day, every day. We don't care about you talking all that tough shit on your podcast. Man, you wasn't talking tough to Corey Holcomb. Corey was trying your ass on live air, he called your ass gay. And you ain't do shit, bro. Your ass was just looking dumb. Hey man, I just had You was splaining. Ain't no splaining, bro. Ain't no splaining. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you talking about, bro? That's what it should have been. Like, nigga, what the fuck you talking about? Who the fuck you talking to? That should have been your reaction when a nigga stepped to you and basically try your manhood, which is what he did. But your ass was, if you're funny, bro. Because you ain't want to step to him, bro. But yet you want to step to a black woman and try to get all tough and get all huffy and puffy. And like what they said before, you was acting just like the historic, abusive Nigerian stereotype of how y'all treat y'all women. The Nigerian men be real hostile, real vitriolic, real stank to they women. And now you want to do that to our women. It ain't finna work like that. And that's the problem too. It's a lot of these outside groups that come in and bring their shit and they try to dump it on we all black, we all do this. No the fuck we don't. No the fuck we don't. Keep that shit over there, bro. We over here on the God high frequency, bro. Straight up and down. So Godfrey, bro, middle finger to you. I don't like none of that shit you was talking, bro. And your ass been a hater. You was hating on Soul Plane. For real. He was hating like shit at Snoop Dogg. Because he was an FBA brother. He was smooth with his shit. And your ass was talking shit under your breath. And Snoop Dogg was laughing at. That's how we do. We be laughing at you. We like, we hear you talking shit over there, nigga. Sit your bitch ass down, bruh. That's why you the second chair, nigga. You and all that. I got stand ready. Wait. That's the problem with y'all. Your self-esteem comes from the poison of the outside. We don't need nothing from the outside. Everything is inside. Everything comes from us. We already know what we are. What we are gods. What we are the rightful rulers of the planet. What we are is we're the rulers of our world. Straight up and down. Y'all view everything through the eyes of the poison. So of course you have self-hate, and then you want to disseminate that to everybody else because you believe what they told you. We don't believe the lies they told you. That's why we're fighting back. Those are lies. We don't believe what the devil says. The devil is a lie. Are we going to take it to church? Church? We're going to take it to church? The devil is a lie. Are we going to take it to the Rick Ross song and Jay-Z? The devil is a lie. You know what I'm saying? The devil is a lie. And we don't believe in that shit. We got the antidote. We stay aligned to ourselves and we stay high frequency. And we raise the consciousness of the entire planet through that. Straight up and down. And we aligned what already exists. There's already a world where we're running the show. We're aligning that right now through the high frequency. And we're aligning that frequency so now everything disseminates that. The reality mirrors what's inside. And you see it. That's why you think the ruling class freaking out? Why you think they're trying to push all this shit on all the levers, all the little apparatuses, tools that they control? But all their control is outside. They can't control what's inside, because what's inside is God. What's inside is what we are, which is God. And so we're going to end off like that, man. I love this era. I love where we at. And let's get justice, man. Actually, we will get justice. Justice is, no, not we will. It's already done. It's already done. We're just aligning to that frequency where we're in charge, where the white supremacy is done, and where the black genocide campaign is over, and where freedom is our natural and normal state of being. And where we live in peace and harmony. And where nobody else can hurt us or none of that. So I'm gonna end off like that. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna come back with more videos. I know I've been on a long hiatus. I need to do more videos. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna try. I will do a video once a week. Thank y'all for having me. Oh yeah, and follow me up on my TikTok, Jonathan Mark. I think 76. If not 76, then try 26. It's a new page, man. It's a new page, y'all. So follow me on there. Watch my videos. Like, comment. Make them videos go viral, man. I appreciate y'all. Make this go viral too. Thank you.